What is the craziest thing you have ever seen your mother do? I've never heard my mother use any profanity in my entire life, not as a child or an adult. We had a retirement party for her, and a lot of co-workers showed up. She was her usual pleasant self, and at the end of the night, she got up from the table, called her boss a ducking worthless piece of shit, and left the restaurant. Your mom's a G. We were driving down the road once, when I was younger. My mom suddenly pulls into a random driveway and jumps out of the car and starts walking down the street the way me came. She bent down to pick something up. She comes back to the car with a coin in her hand and says, "I knew I saw a quarter on the sidewalk." My mom once got out of the car at a stoplight to walk up to the driver's side window of the truck in front of us so she could scream bloody murder at him until the light turned green for intentionally swerving to run over a box turtle along the side of the road. I'm with mom on this one. One time, because I didn't tell my mom what was making me upset, she literally hulked out and ripped her shirt off. I still didn't tell her what was wrong, but there was now an additional problem of seeing the angriest half-naked woman in existence. My brother was misbehaving, so my mom wanted to hit him with the slipper. I was in the bathroom pooping, so when I came out I was surprised no one was home. I looked out the window and saw my brother running across an empty field and my mom chasing him with the slipper in hand. Funniest ducking sight I ever had. My mum puts all of the bowls of cat food in the oven in winter, so they don't have to eat cold food. We have 9 cats. Got the smell. Oh, my mother. Love her to bits, but she definitely has shaped her own category of how to be a parent. First off, she works and has worked 60 to 70 hours a week my entire life. She loves her job, and that's why she's there so much. Wasn't really around the house, but when she was drinking coke by the can and watching Forensic Files. Stopped using a babysitter for my younger brother and I when I turned 8. Set no house rules or curfews. Said, rules don't make men, mistakes do. Then sips her soda and watches her show lol. Probably sending back her food at Red Robin because it was served in a plastic basket. She said, "I don't want to eat out of a basket like a prisoner." When they brought her food on a plate she was incensed that it was the same food. She wanted them to make her a fresh burger because the first one was served in a basket. Could have also been the time she successfully somehow returned a jar of mayonnaise we had eaten out of for a week because she found it cheaper somewhere else. When I was around 14, she went on a blind rampage calling us, myself and 2 brothers, ages 13 and 11, lying little sheets, that no one would ever trust us, and we'd get nowhere in life, that she hates living with us, and she wishes she could pack up and leave like our father did. He left to escape her, and is still very much involved in our lives. Why? Someone ate the last biscuit in the packet and no one would own up to it. When I was like 12 years old, my family made a trip to Croatia and we wanted to cross through Serbia. After like 5 hours of driving with the car, I really had to take a sheet out in the middle of nowhere. But because of possible landmines still around after the war, my mum told me to stay at the car while she makes a safe path to a place I can take a sheet. It took me 5 years to realize that she had put herself in the serious danger of getting killed by a landmine just because I had to empty my bowels. Not evil crazy, but stupid crazy. My mum can't drive for shit. She has driven down a flight of stairs because she thought it was the car park entrance, reversed into a table that somebody was moving, gotten wedged half off a retaining wall after driving forward instead of reversing. She has also scratched her eye twice, once on an envelope and another time at the store on those metal things you hang stuff off. Edit. Found photos of the first one. imga.com//0op9v. She decided to give knife throwing a try. She's blind. Kicking a lethal snake a meter in the air. We were walking along the beach when a dooja to Wikipedia. org/wiki/doojite slithered over her foot. She couldn't see what it was because she was carrying 2 large bags, but instinctively kicked it to the side as if it was a tree branch or something and kept walking. Meanwhile everyone behind her was trying to process what the duck just happened. Grab a kitchen knife and go crazy stabbing this mattress to force my dad to throw it out. Good times. Not. She sat down to play 2 hours of Tomb Raider on the PS1. No real reason besides just curiosity of what it was, and never went back to it. I got out of respect then, that a parent would take that much of an interest in their kids' hobbies. It doesn't take a lot of effort or time to get an idea, even if only small, of what younger generations are into. Not really that crazy, but still not something I would ever expect. Get married 7 times. I accidentally fell asleep with a candle still lit when I was a teenager. My mom saw, and instead of walking over and blowing it out, she completely panicked. She let out a big yell, grabbed the candle, and swung it around while trying to blow it out. She spilled wax everywhere. I realized that's unsafe, but nothing else was on fire that might cause a panic. To this day I can't figure out why she was so freaked out by a candle that she lost her mind and spilled wax all over the place rather than just blowing it out. I was told my mother was dead at around 4 years old and then introduced to her without warning when I was 16. Legend has it that she spent some of that time in a mental hospital. So while I didn't actually see it, that's pretty much the definition of crazy. I once didn't wash the dishes, so she decided to smash one of those dishes on the wall. When I was a kid, my mom took me and my little brother to a park for a picnic. I was eating a cookie when a seagull, like the assholes that they are, swooped down and tried to steal it out to my hand. I didn't let go, and it started to get aggressive and attack me. That's when my mom came in with hands of maternal fury and punched the gull dead center. He shrieked and flew off. To this day I've never seen anyone else get in a fist fight with a bird. My mother painted our living room ceiling pink and then decided to paint herself from head to toe in the same pink paint. She ran around the house screaming, adamant that I wasn't her child. I was about 5. It was the day after Christmas, and it scared the shit out of me. This was the beginning of 2 days of a psychotic episode and a later diagnosis of schizophrenia. I was in care a lot after that. Raised 3 boys all by herself working as a bartender. I can't fathom doing the same thing, and to me, it's crazy how it's even possible with no child support or nothing. Every time I hit a certain age and actually think about it, I'm mind blown. I hit 22, and I'm like mom had 3 kids at this time. I hit 30, and think she bought her first house at 30. WTF is wrong with me? It's just crazy to me. Fended off a pack of coyotes that were approaching us. After hiding me, she took off as baits to lead them away. That could have gone so wrong. That's like the exact plot of Kung Fu Panda 2. Op was this close to becoming arch enemies with a peak CK. We had an bucks that suffered from RROD. We kept it in a bag in hopes that we would send it to some tech support place and they'd fix it. After about 2 months we wouldn't stop asking our mum when we were sending it. Eventually she got angry and threw it through a window. We got a news box. My mother is a really enthusiastic gardener and she sometimes resorts to odd ways to solve her problems. The one that sticks out to me is when she was microwaving numerous flower pots filled with soil in order to kill potential larvae residing in there. Most of the things she does seem weird at first, but make somewhat sense once she explains it. Mom is a meticulous housekeeper. That's why, according to Dad, she neatly placed daily newspapers under the cuckoo clock, just in case. What? Cocaine. Then when I was like, Mom, WTF, she tackled me to the ground and almost choked me out. Very out of character, honestly. She's like 52 and generally very sweet. My mum punched the back window of a van when he almost hit me while backing out of his driveway, and she also confronted the driver. I have never seen my mother soul a vid, nor have I ever seen a man be so scared of my 54 mum. It was badass. My 5 feet tall mum saw a man stealing coins from a fountain, so she pushed him in. Some creep flashed me just as I was getting into the house, where my mum was recovering from a really bad case of flu. So instead of leaving it, she took him down the street to hunt him down in her nighty hair stuck to her head. I think she would have killed him if she'd found him, lol. She then found the bin men and told them, so the 3 of them were hunting this creep down. Got jealous because my boyfriend got me flowers and my dad didn't get her any. So she proceeded to turn the gas hob on and leave the gas pouring out to see if anybody noticed her. That sounds actually insane. Maybe /r/Ray said bin assists is the way to go.